Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility alongside Mr. Martin Popoff, where we're here to talk a little bit about a program, a documentary that we both appeared on that aired and premiered last weekend on Reelz or Reelz TV on your local cable network called Whitesnake, the story of the songs. What's happening, Martin? So pretty
Yeah,
interesting. A little
nothing
program.
much. Yeah, that was really cool to find out you were on it. Because I didn't know who else was going to be on it as well. I haven't seen the whole thing. I just saw the clips that I guess Craig Kaminsky put together a little clip, and it was like all the little segments you were in, and then but there was one that I saw of me in there too. So yeah, these are made out of the UK. And I guess the concept is that it's a little bit of the story of the band, but they focus on 2 or 3 different songs or 4 that they really want to talk about in the thing. So yeah, I don't know. How was your experience? How long was your interview?
It was originally scheduled for an hour, but it took about an hour and a half, and it was done in this little club in New York City. So I had to go. It was last fall actually, so it was in September, and I remember and I knew exactly who was going in because what they did was, I guess they were amassing all the talent that they wanted to appear. So they, Bernie Marsden was on it, Neil Murray was on it, Coverdale was on it, and then they got folks like myself and you, but in the New York area, Eddie Trunk and Joe Bonamassa and Joel Hoekstra and various other folks from the UK and whatnot, other journalists and music historians. And so, they had me come down to this place in New York City, and they gave me a time, and they told me, basically show up on, get there right on time, don't come early. I was like, all right. So I got down to the city like an hour early. So I'm like, all right, I got time to kill. So I went out to lunch. And then it was about, I guess, 10 or 15 minutes before I was scheduled to go in. I called the tech guys who were there. And they're like, oh, yeah, come on in, whatever. I walk in. They're like, there's nobody else there but them. And they're like, oh, I wish you could have came. If you came a couple minutes early, you would have met Joe Bonamassa. He was just here. He just left. And I'm like, oh, would love to meet Joe, right? But it's they told me not to come early. So I was like, ah. Yeah. But yeah, it was just basically like an hour and a half they had all these questions. They had the camera crew and the sound and all that kind of stuff and the lighting, and just asking mainly about specific songs. So for those of you who have watched or maybe haven't watched the program, basically all of their hits. So Fool for Your Lovin', Here I Go Again, Still of the Night, Is This Love? I mean, those are most of the songs that they focused on, but they did bring up, Ain't No Love in the Heart of the City. They did focus on Slow and Easy, other things. But I thought it was a good program because if you're not all that familiar with the history of the band, you got a good amount of history, but then a lot of discussion amongst all of us about these songs, the impact. They talked a lot about Tawny Katane, a lot about the image, the lineup changes, the videos, right? So, I would say if you're a Whitesnake aficionado, there's probably nothing you heard on this show that's gonna be like, oh my God, that's blown my mind. I never, I didn't know that. But I think as a very enjoyable 2-hour documentary, I mean, I thought it was really well put together and really well done. And I enjoyed doing it. It was good to see us both on there. Like you and I hadn't mentioned that I didn't know you were doing it. And then we were watching it and like, holy shit, Martin's on here too. Very cool. So, yeah.
Yeah. I remember one of the painful things about doing it was going and watching all the videos again, right? I mean, because there were questions about the videos, they gave you the questions ahead of time. So it's like, okay, the songs, I can talk about that, but I gotta get straight in the videos, and they're all so similar to each other. So I had to keep it separated. Like, okay, when they asked me about this video, is she on the car? Is this the car? Is this the sunroof thing? It's like, who's in the band on this video? Which girls? How does all that work? So what are the sets, kind of thing? But so yeah, you got to do a little homework, I guess, to sit down and do that. I've done a few of these different ones, and I don't know which one it was, if it was this Whitesnake or not, but I remember sitting down. The longest one I've done in one of these was 4.5 hours sitting in one of these. And my voice starts going after about an hour and a half or 2 hours, but yeah, they were happy with the whole thing. And as you can see, I mean, they obviously don't use very much of what it is, but they're looking all over to find the best clips. But I think I was the only one in Toronto getting filmed for it.
Yeah. Did you do that at the office or at your house?
No, they had they rent a little studio, a proper little film studio, and it happened to be right across the street from where my office is, because my office is in kind of a film district.
Gotcha.
Sort of thing. So they set up a studio. It was all very professional with the lighting and the laptop in front of you, and they're asking the questions from the UK. And
yeah,
yeah.
It was pretty neat. Really It's funny for those who have seen it, or if you're going to watch it. Basically, the setting for my portion of it, as well as Joe Bonamassa's, as well as Joel Hoekstra, all done in the same place. So like, we each came in, boom, 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 one after each other. So you can, we all sat in the same chair and the same setup and everything like that, all in the same afternoon. So yeah, pretty cool. For those of you who are watching who, don't know anything about this, it's available on Reelz. So again, Reelz is a channel that should be available on many cable networks. I think Fios has it, Spectrum has it. You might have to get a certain package, right? Because I know my parents have Spectrum, but they don't get Reelz because it's only available with the upgrade package that has like Showtime and HBO and all that stuff and whatnot. But you can also access Reelz. They do have I think it's called Reelz Now. It's like an app you can get on your smart TV. As well as through Sling TV, which is another kind of like a Hulu or a YouTube TV, like an app that has, all sorts of cable channels and things like that. So it debuted last weekend, and I believe it'll be available on demand on Reelz TV if you go to their schedule, as well as all the previous episodes, all the Breaking the Band episodes, all the story of the songs and whatnot they've done, like Kiss and Alice Cooper and I think Tina Turner, all sorts of rock and metal and what have you. So there's plenty of things on there. So yeah, it was a good experience. Cool. I'd be happy to do more if they'd want me. So it was fun. It was fun. So there you have it. Just a little plug for that. So go check Martin and I out. We are now appearing places other than here at Sea of Tranquility. So go figure, right? So thanks for watching, everybody. Visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. For Martin Popoff, I am Pete Pardo. See you all real soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.